He was a Beatle. John Lennon was also a poet, and he was also a philosopher.
And an artist. In fact, that was his first love. Starting tomorrow, several pieces of his work will be on display in Omaha.
Art historian Danny Stern is an authority on the works of John Lennon. Thanks for joining us, Danny. Good to see you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is a cool exhibition. How did this come to be?
Well, this is really a work that's been going on, or a body of work that's been developed for decades now. John Lennon actually, during his own life, expected to show his work in galleries, but that just never came to be, not in the way that he envisioned it. Yeah. And it wasn't until like 6 years after he passed away that Yoko decided she needed to make that commitment to him, to make sure that his work that he was producing, and when I say producing, he had been creating art since he was a child. Yeah. You know, this had been going on his entire life, that this work would be shared with the public, and in a very special way. You know, they envisioned shows that would really speak to the people who connected with the message that he had even during his musical career about peace and love and friendship and just being good people towards each other, and that those people could come together at one place and share in with the art.
I feel like his work is as distinct as a fingerprint. When you see it, you know right away that it was his work. So talk to us about some of these pieces, if you wouldn't mind, and then also tell us about the ones you brought in.
Okay. A little bit nearsighted, so I don't know exactly what you're looking at, but I'm going to riff on it for you. I should have checked that out before.
Two people are kissing, it looks like, Danny.
You know, a lot of the artwork, actually where this body of work began, was in 1969. In 69, he gets married to Yoko Ono. And as a gift, a wedding gift, he produced to her what was called later on Bag One. And this was a collection of pieces that illustrated their love affair. And it was pictures from their honeymoon, it was pictures from the wedding itself, and pictures that just spoke to their own personal romance. And that work, you know, you see that theme show up a lot in his artwork about the romance together. So often when you see a couple, it's speaking to that.
That's so nice.
And we're taking a look at the portrait. This is iconic, and you said there's a number of different versions of this. It's a portrait that we're looking at. It's a self-portrait that he
it is.
Or what?
And it's a theme that he visited a lot in his artwork. 1970 is about the point that this body of artwork that in this show contains really gets on its way. You know, after marrying Yoko, who was a visual artist herself and as well an installation artist, that inspired him to get serious about the career that he thought he was going to have. As a matter of fact, he went to college to study to be an artist before the Beatles took off. And Yoko inspired him once the Beatles had come to its conclusion to reconnect with that. And when he started in that work, it really became an ongoing, you know, diary. And in that process of diary, and having just ended a decade of the whirlwind of being a Beatle and, you know, trying to get his head around that celebrity, there was a lot of introspection. And he was constantly doing this version of looking at himself in the mirror. And you'll see this same confident drawing of himself going on over and over and over again. But if you look at them separately, they're all subtle changes. And, you know, who am I now and what does this mean?
That's so fascinating. Were he not a Beatle, if we didn't know him for that, could he stand alone as an artist?
Absolutely. And you see that in the simplicity of the work. And I even hate actually using the word simplicity. Simplicity in the sense that he had such magnificent skills as a fine artist that he could work in the simplest of form and convey volumes. And he was most known for that stylistically. It's simple line drawing, and that just tells you he had the confidence and what they call the confidence of line of artists like Picasso, who was also known for, just out of simple lines, being able to convey a lot.
But it's like that self-portrait. It is so simple, yet it looks just like him. In that portrait. Isn't that amazing?
That is true.
And there's different versions right here on this
That's
that we're
right.
looking at right now.
And anybody who comes, they're going to see something very familiar. And I think more importantly, they're going to get surprised with something they didn't expect. You know, John isn't with us now, obviously, but these are not relics. These are not, you know, artifacts from his life. This is really his own voice speaking. They're going to see the collective him. As a matter of fact, they're probably going to get a better sense of him being in that room than they would have in any other experience they could have had during his lifetime, because this is the most intimate and personal expression of himself.
Will you hold talks while you're in Omaha, or will it just sort of be the exhibition Or do you plan to get those involved to come to see the pieces?
Well, I'll be around.
You have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I feel
Well,
like
I'm one of those people
wanna
who
hear
drop a
from you.
quarter in me, and I'll go on all day. But along with me, we have 5 other people that are going to be there in the exhibition, talking to people. This is a very rare opportunity, and you even brought it up in the tease a little bit before, but it's serious. It's rare on purpose. Right now, as we're here, there is no other place in the world where this artwork is on exhibition, and it's not because there aren't 1,000 galleries who wouldn't have it up as well as museums. It's because of what it was designed to do. Yoko did not want this to be seen in a Beverly Hills gallery or in Soho in some rarefied situation. They envisioned this idea that it would get out and be more about going directly to the people who connected with his art.
Reaching more people.
Exactly, exactly. And in a much more honest environment.
Yeah.
And also give them the ability to take a piece of this and bring it into their own lives without it being about something to do with the rarefied art collecting world, but more about what it sincerely represents, which is having a piece of someone who has taken a big role in their lives.
And as we look at information about the times, you'll want to know all of that if in fact you're a fan. And you alluded to it, all of these pieces are available for purchase.
They are all available for purchase.
And so if you'd like to go, please do, tomorrow through Sunday, The Art of John Lennon at the Regency Court. Online, it's roadshowcompany.com. There's information there in case we've left out a few things here during our visit with Danny. We didn't get to it. You can check it out online.
We want to see everybody there.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming.
Oh, thank you for
And
having me.
enjoy your
Thanks for
stay in
coming. We
Omaha.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We appreciate